Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. Another day and Heiko needs another shave. In my previous video I was asked if I could do a comparison video between grandfather Fatboy and the new kid on the block, the Rex Ambassador. And you can tell they are definitely sharing some DNA, even though some people say that the Rex is modeled after a French Gibbs razor. But there's definitely some similarity here. They are both adjustable. They are rather on the stubby short side. They have a pretty girthy or thick handle. So just a little bit different in design and materials, of course. Just ripped open another pack of Wilkinson sword blades. Let's get loaded up and let's do shaving, shall we? So I have the Fatboy already loaded up. Here now, once again, my method of putting a razor blade on the Rex Ambassador. I just dip it in water, so there are a couple drops of water between the head and the blade. Then you can kind of position it how you want it, and then you can take the top part here and just wiggle it in position without much fuss, and then you just grab it and put the knobs back in here, or the knob back in. That's how I do it. I know other people do the in the hand and all that stuff, but I think this works pretty well. So now I have them both loaded up. Let's start somewhere in the middle. So the Rex here goes from 1 to 6. So let's put it at 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. That's kind of the middle. The Fatboy I have sitting at a 5. That should be fine. Remember, you have to open it up a little bit, then do your adjustments and then close it. And there's always, so you hit a wall and then you have another quarter turn to move here on this Fatboy. That kind of clamps everything in place. Adjustment mechanism is completely different. So on the Rex side, the blade gets held in place and then the bottom moves up and down. And on the Fatboy side, the blade actually gets pushed upwards as you get to more aggressive settings. The guard is stationary, but the bottom part here goes up and down. So that's the major difference here. So we're both set to, you can see the massive difference in blade exposure here. So yeah, definitely different in design, and I hope I'm not gonna cut my face open. So let's do everything that we usually do. Face wet, pre-shave. I'll speed up the lathering again today to save some time for you guys, to make those videos not too long. All right. Soap we're going to be using is Gentleman Jon, since I started the pug and it's sitting here in my little wannabe porcelain made in the US bowl, unbreakable. And I'm going to use the Fat Kong by Stirling Soap Company again. We just need to get it wet. We don't need to pre-soak or anything. It's synthetic. Get most of the water out of the brush, and then we're going to go into the bowl. And now I'm going to stop talking and just do stuff and speed it up a little bit. We're lathered up. I'm going to do one side the Rex, the other side the Fatboy. So just keep track of it, Heiko. Don't mess it up now. Alright, so Rex, setting 3.5. Nice angle, no pressure. Keep it gentle and get started. Hmm. 3.5, huh? If you really get the angle right and take it easy on the pressure, it's pretty good. Let's do a couple strokes with the other one. So setting 5, Nice angle. They feel... I think the Fatboy is a little on the gentler side. Let's crank it up to 11, shall we? So on the Fatboy, we're going to all the way to the 9. It's not Fatboy time yet. And on the Rex, how far can we go? 6.5. Let's go to 6. Okay, Heiko, just don't cut yourself. Whew, nervous. Not terrible. Keep a straight line and a good angle. It's not terrible. You can definitely tell there is a massive gap there. And the blade is really saying hello. It's not terrible. Until I'm bleeding, then it is. Oh, and going around the curvature of your face while maintaining the right angle or the correct angle, and I think I just cut myself. No big deal. Happens, right? And you definitely don't want to do any dry polishing here. I think I have 2 cuts now on the Rex Ambassador side. So we can say it is on the aggressive side. But with this puppy, at 9, we already did a successful shave on video. I would say there is definitely some level of magnitude difference in aggression. If you have the coarse beard and leather face, you can shave with the Rex on a 6. I will not continue doing that. So let's go back down to, let's say, a 4. Okay? So 1 through 9, we're at a 4 now. I think we should be good. I need a doctor. And on the Fatboy side, we're definitely going to continue with 9. Yeah, I can do that. I can tell it's kind of borderline. The gap between the blade and the guard down here is also quite large, but the blade is relatively recessed. It's not sticking out very far, so I think that keeps my skin safe. All right, let's finish up over here. I went back to a 4, so we're good. I think. Jugular. This razor definitely has expert written all over it. So if you are a beginner and you want something gentle, don't start on 9 with a correction, on 6 with a Rex Ambassador. Let's rinse off real quick. So since we're already halfway through of a two pass shave, let's go down to a 3 on the Rex and a 6 on the Fatboy. Let's put some more lather in the face. That's what you get for experimenting with dangerous, sharp objects. Look at that lather. A little bit of piano music in the background. My 12-year-old is practicing. My 8-year-old is playing some race game on a computer, and the rest of the gang is shopping. So I thought that's the perfect opportunity to do a shave. especially since I'm on night shift. You know, get a shave during the day to go to night shift and look presentable. I don't have an office job, as you guys know. I work in emergency medical services, flying helicopters, and I don't dress up in a suit. I have a flight suit, but it's always nice to be clean shaven when you go to work, right? All right, the Rex side, I gotta be a little careful with my nicks and cuts here. On a 3, nice angle, no pressure. Let's do a cross the grain. I can get under the nose with this, even though it's a bigger head. Not bad. I had to run out of the room and remind the little guy to keep the banging to a minimum. Blood. I'm bleeding, so today is the alum block. Definitely going to be employed or deployed. With a larger blade gap between the guard and the blade, the Rex definitely tolerates a little bit thicker lather. It will not clog up like the vintage here will. Oh, I have a little nick down there too. I guess 9 is pretty aggressive. Oh, we're doing cross. Just gentle, not much pressure. It's definitely not a one-on-one comparison, since they don't even have the same scale, 1 through 9 and 1 through 6. But it's pretty nice to see that a 64-year-old razor can hold its own. So let's do a quick little comparison here. I need to do a little cleanup up here. That's very similar. I always have my roughest spot is right here. I just can't do against the grain here, or else, first of all, I will have to run the razor this direction, which doesn't really conform to the curvature, if you can see that. And I would have massive razor burn, and we're not going to do that. But up here, identical quality. Let's do a little bit of cleanup under the nose. And on the sides. And I think, for the sake of skin comfort, I'm going to give this to the... We're still at a 6, by the way. 6 on the Fatboy. So let's do just a little cleanup with Mr. Fatboy. Easy. Yep. And under the nostrils. I don't even know if it's better to go towards the nose or away from the nose. Let's compare that. Uh-oh, I might have just nicked myself right there. Overall, I don't think it makes a difference. If you have a really wrinkled face, you gotta keep the wrinkles straight, or else you're gonna cut yourself. All right, let's rinse off real quick. I think you can have can have a mild shave with both, and you can have a relatively aggressive shave with both. Since the Rex goes from 1 through 6, the steps are definitely quite significant from one step to another. It is a non-click adjuster, so you can make very fine adjustments in between the steps. But yeah, from 1 through 6 or 6.5 it even goes, it's a significant increase in aggression. So from mild 1 to a 6.5, it's magnitudes. On the Fatboy here with its click adjuster, half steps, I would say from 1 through 9 is not quite as significant as 1 through 6.5 on the Rex. So both can be really mild, both can be aggressive and efficient, but the Rex even more so, I think. I mean, just looking at optically, visually looking at the massive gap that's between the guard and the exposed blade there, I think it tells the story. And on our Fatboy here, let's put it to 9. Blade stick out is shorter and the gap is smaller. So, you know, that tells the story. I haven't gotten the feeler gauges out to measure exactly what the blade gap is, but both can give you a mild shave and a really aggressive shave. Let's put some, oh, I forgot the alum block. You guys want to see me squirm? Oh, it's already stopped bleeding, but we're still gonna do it. So you rinse out with cold water, right? So you would assume your face is still kind of damp, and then you just get the alum block damp. I have a rubber band around it so it doesn't slip out of my hands. Oh yeah. There is a little bit of some stinging going on, especially right there. I need to sneeze. All right, I'll pause for you guys. All right, that was a loud sneeze. All right, my Fatboy side is a little on the happier side. So number 9 with a Fatboy is not quite as agitating to my skin as the 6.5 on the Rex, or the 6 I think we were. So I'm alum block away. Don't want to get it on my lips again. You're supposed to let it sit for like 20 to 30 seconds. Let's wash off the excess. Then we can dry off. And then we're going to use the good old-fashioned alcohol-based Prasso Green. Now, once the alum block was on here, there's not much more stinging going on. So that was the comparison. I think they compare favorably to each other. One came out in 2016, I think, and the other one was made in 1958 through 61, roughly around there. A lot of history in between, a lot of similarities and quite significant differences too. So I like them both. This is the jewelry of the razor blade world, I think. Full stainless steel. And this is the workhorse from 1959. The Fatboy. All right, guys. I hope you like this little comparison video. I tend to ramble. You guys just tell me to cut it short, make it shorter. And comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Give me advice, tips, suggestions. This was a viewer video suggestion, and I followed right up on it. There you go, guys. Have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.